the ride to work. I see a paradigm shift. For me, the paradigm shifted a while back, and I'm still holding on to the kite, you know, that is this current paradigm. It's like, just because I don't subscribe to it doesn't mean that I don't have to participate in it, you know. The current paradigm requires you to remain engaged. Unless you want to be, you know, completely broke, poor, and with nothing, which doesn't sound like a really good idea. I'm using the current paradigm to prepare for the new paradigm to the best of my ability, but the big change has to happen here and here. But I feel like I'm holding on to this, you know, really large kite, and gale force wind has come in and is trying to blow that kite out of my hands, and I'm holding on to it for what it's worth. But I'm reaching that point where, you know, you've got to let go of it. It's completely out of control. And, you know, the wind will blow it into a tree, or, you know, take it up and take it miles and miles away. And then, you know, you'll do your best in the process of reclamation, you know. But we'll see. I mean, the paradigm's shifting, you know, it's a spiritual paradigm. That's the root of it, and it's playing out on a physical matrix, but the whole root of it is spiritual. And I think people are starting to catch on to that. I think people are going to, you know, start really waking up here to the fact that we've lost control of this beast, and that it's going to buck. It's going to buck. And some people are going to try to fight it to keep the current paradigm going, and that's not going to work. Some people are going to try to control it. That's not going to work. Some people are going to try to fight against it. That's not going to work. Some people are just going to get out of the way. Just get off the thing, get out of the way, let it run its course, and then pick up the pieces after it's done, you know. But you know, and that may not even work for some of us. You know, basically, when you've got the New World Order steamroller barreling down the street, you know, they don't go very fast, but they are very powerful. You know, sometimes it's best just to get the hell out of the way. Just move on, step back in once the deal's cleared. Because, you know, I'm looking at this machine that they've set up, you know, under the guise of democracy. What a joke. And, you know, it's like the machine's breaking down just as fast as they're putting it together. You know, they have you know, from within, certain engineers have tried to convert a Cadillac into a Prius, or better yet, a Gremlin. And, you know, the things like this facade, this veneer of so-called democracy that has a giant cockroach eating it out from the inside. But, you know, you've got this this machine that's operating on it, you know, pretty much on its own now, and they're putting the last pieces on it. The damn thing's just popping rivets, and you know, cogs are spilling out. It's literally falling apart as fast as they're getting it together, and it's not going to last. It can't last. You cannot eat up and consume all of the largesse and expect the machine to keep going. You know, it never ceases to amaze me that these social engineers, these socialists, these communists, whatever, you know, these far leftists, they think, oh, you know, you tell them to the, you tell them the tune, you know, hey, you know, this communism thing has not worked. Wherever it's been tried, it has not worked. And, you know, I mean, I guess it depends on your perspective of working. What's working? If it operates exactly how you intended it to operate, even though you sold a different method of operation, you know, what are the terms of success, I guess, or, you know, what I'm asking. But, you know, if you tell people, hey, you know, the communism has failed everywhere where it's been tried, or socialism has failed wherever it's been tried, you know, well, it only didn't work because we didn't do enough socialism, and that's just insane. Corrupt people do corrupt things, and never more so than with communism. At least with the American form of government, at least for a while, there were checks and balances. There was a separation of powers, not a centralization of powers. Anytime you centralize power, you're going to get corrupt interests come in and hijack it, and never more so than with communism. So we're looking at a mass die-off, whether through governance or through engineered, you know, bioweapons, or through nuclear means, or through, you know, environmental controls. And if you don't think they're putting in environmental controls, you're crazy. All of these things that are being done today are going to cause massive die-offs because they're shutting everything down. The collective they, you know, we've discussed the door on the right-hand side of the long corridor, dark corridor was marked they. You know, those people, the others, you know, the others, shutting it all down. So you got a choice. Move on or die. And, you know, I'm tired of this. I really am. I'm really tired of this. It's time to let the current paradigm collapse and pick up, you know, once that's happened, we'll be able to pick up the pieces, hopefully with a better consciousness than we have right now. Because if we go and try to repeat the same old shit, there is no hope.